Hello, welcome back to the video. Okay, this one is this guy, and this is Badcube's War Dog, aka Warpath. Right. I like him. He has one of the best alt modes, and one of the best robot modes. There's a fine line. It is not a kid's toy, so therefore, if I paid what I paid for this guy, and it took 2 or 3 steps, I'd be disappointed. In fact, I'd be ripped off. At the same time, there's transformations which aren't easy, but at the same time, they feel like you've achieved something. This guy, it's some of the best engineering. He's just over-engineered. They do a lot of mass shifting. He's a very ingenious transformer, I'll give him that. But it's just far too fiddly, I think. I mean, once this guy goes back into robot mode, I'm not seeing this mode for a long, long time. The box itself is just a bog-standard box. There's nothing too much in there. You do get something on the back, which I had no idea what that is. I mean, we do have some description right there, and we have the stats right there. So, yeah, that's nice. This is the very first Badcube figure I got, but it comes with a very nice manual. So it comes with this, by the way. When you get him out the package, you do kind of look around and think, okay, it's inside here already, so don't panic about that. You do get a very nice poster. I also got a bio card for 2 of their other figures, which was quite a nice bonus. You then get pictures of his various modes, which is quite nice, especially when you're mid-transformation. And then you get the instructions. Now, the instructions will tell you how to do it one way. I'm going to do it... It looks like they're going to... Oh, okay, that kind of looks a little bit like Bulkhead. Okay. I don't actually follow the transformation they show, for various reasons. But, yeah, so it's a very nice manual, actually. There's a lot of concept art. Yeah, it's actually very nicely done. Okay, so here's his alt mode. It's a very nice big chunk of transformer. It really... When you get the actual packaging itself, it doesn't feel very heavy, but this guy's actually quite a nice weight. The treads don't move, but that's because they split in various places. So he doesn't actually roll naturally, but that's fine. There is some articulation. Can you actually go all the way around? Oh, you can. Okay. Well, there we go. And okay, no, you can tilt this up a little bit. So there are some articulation points in there. He's a very nice deep red color, and I'll be honest. If it wasn't for the kind of very few lines here and there, you wouldn't, if you saw this from the shelf, you wouldn't think it was a Transformer, and that is one hell of a thing to say. I mean, but the 2 modes are absolutely stunning. I mean, it's one of the best ones I've actually seen. Even underneath, that bit there should be kind of tabbed in, but I transformed him last night, and I got to the... 3 hours later, I thought, sod that. It wasn't actually 3 hours, but it was a good amount of time. But it's all very nicely contained. This is his riot shield. So again, even if someone picked it up, obviously you've got this bit here which kind of gives it away. But in all honesty, he doesn't overly look like he transforms into anything. So yeah, it's a very nice figure. As a bit of a comparison, here he is with Wheeljack. So you can see he is quite a fair size. He is in no way small. When this guy first came out, when the first pictures came out, he had this lovely deep red colour, which I wanted him straight away because of that. But then some pictures came out where it was a much lighter red, and I got put off massively because it looked more like an Optimus Prime kind of red than this red. So when I finally got him, I got him out of the package yesterday, and I'm so glad. He is a nice dark, deep maroon kind of colour. So, right, I can't really put this off any much longer. It's the transformation. I wouldn't use this as any kind of guide, because basically I'm going to be just trying to fling a lot of parts around the place. First things first is to get the riot shield off. So if you just part that bit, he's got 2 little clips right there. So if we just part that and pull this up, that comes off. And there's his gun as well. His gun, by the way, it's actually quite nicely detailed, and it's held together with screws. Usually they just kind of glue these things together. So he's one of the most plastic quality. He is absolutely fantastic. He's one of the best qualities best quality transformers I've got from this. In fact, you would have thought that this would have been I mean, it feels better than Hasbro's offerings. It really is that. Yeah, he's not cheap, but he's not expensive in terms of what you, for third-party stuff. But you're getting more than you're paying for, basically, for once, which is quite a nice thing. So here we have the underneath part, and as you can see, it looks hollow. You kind of look at it and think, okay, well, that doesn't look too much. But, say, the transformation, it is very, very clever. The mass shifting and the actual moving, very, very clever. This, as engineering goes, this is one hell of a way they've done it. It's just overly complex for what it is, but never mind. Okay, so also, the first instruction manual is to try and pull that up. What they don't tell you to do is to actually part these two bits next to it. But we're going to leave that just for now, because we're going to round the other end. So, we'll get that out of the way. So what you can do, you can just part this open slightly. Just unclip his tyre treads. There we go. And his ankles will fold up. In actual fact, what we're going to do, we're just going to unclip this bit completely. Okay, so with his feet, out of the way, thank you very much. With his feet, there's not too much to do at the moment. You can flip that bit around, and that sort of just becomes his foot. This bit here, you can flip around and then push in. And that completes his foot. So it's fairly nice. There's not too much to it. And that's the easiest part done with. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Go on, Warpath. We're in this together. Okay, now then, here you can see he's got a few joints. These are going to be his legs. So what you can do is, these bits, you just push out even further. Because this bit here, it's kind of slid out a little bit at the moment. That little clip right there, that's what's holding it in. So, if you just push that up, that comes out, and then we start to get this happening. Again, need to make sure this little thing here, this rod here, pulls out just a little further. And then we can do, you can just turn, you just flip these down. Now you're going to get to the point where this, it's sort of looking like a mess. So what you can do at this point is you can just turn this around, and this will, it's going to, this part here is going to tab into, there's a little tiny slot right there. So once you've got this all extended out, push this back in. And then once you've done that, there's a little tab right there, and that's what's going to fit into it. Push that through, push his leg up, this foot up to his leg, and there you have his first leg. So then we just repeat the process over here, and there we go. Next step, you need to make sure that this bit is facing forward, so just pull his legs back, and there we go. We have something that looks like nothing right now. Yeah, it's going well so far. What we'll actually do here, we'll just, if you pull these to one side and unclip them, this bit here on the back, if you pull it out, it's on a ball joint. So what you kind of want to do right now is turn it around, and for now just let it hang. Just let it hang off the back there. The reason for that is you get much more movement out of it this way when you're doing the rest of the transformation, so it is kind of vital that you get as much freedom as possible. Now you've got a tab right in the front here, and you've got two tabs right in the back. There's a black clip right there that's going to go into these parts, and you've got this bit here at the front, which is going to go into the front part. You need to get the back parts in first, so Making sure, by the way, also his arms are on this metal slider. So you just convince the arms to fold up out the way. Over here. Just so this next bit you're going to get as much freedom as possible. So push this bit back and get the black parts slotted in the back first of all. Make sure that's out the way. So yeah, black parts in first. And then once they're in, you just simply fold it forward and clip this bit in. And now you're starting to take a little bit of shape. Okay, we're going to do the arms last. So now we're going to move up to the gun turret. And this really is a clever bit of design mixed with a hell of a lot of annoyance. You want to just fold this up, so you start, this red panel now suddenly shows itself. So this bit's actually going to split into two, and it's going to actually fold under here and slot into those tabs right down there. Now the problem you're going to get is, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. But what you want to, this one you just fold out, like that. And repeat the same again with this one. This bit then folds over, and there you've got his face, and that just slots and tabs into there. So it's quite nicely held in. Now then, the way you want to do this is you want to try and create as much of a room in between here as possible to get these bits in. And you basically want to flip these up, like so, fold this bit in, and there's the little holder right there that's going to go into the slot. And then tab that in. And this bit at the back wants to go at an angle that way. So once you've got the first one, the second one is a lot much easier. So we just simply do the same again, fold it in, look for the tab, and hopefully find it. Okay, so once you've done that, you should have this set up on his top of his shoulders. So it's quite nicely dealt with, the turret. Yeah, it is actually very nice. So now we get to deal with the rest of it. Oh, joys. Right. The shoulders flip over. Now you've got, if you need to turn it around, what you're looking for is, there's a silver bit right here that's going to tab into that bit right there. So, first things first, you need to kind of deal with the shoulders first of all. With the arms, you've got to pull this bit out and just get it out of the way first of all, because there's a little tiny slot there, and this will then just fold, push across. Doing that kind of frees up the shoulder a little bit, a little bit more movement. In the instructions, they show you to push this bit up to pull out his elbow. You do need to do that, but it's not quite as easy. I find just kind of pulling and pushing up does then force this bit up, and it shows his elbow. But good luck doing that first time, because it's an absolute act of witchcraft. And so then this bit should all just tab into place. There's an extra slot there for a tab on his turret. And providing you've done all the parts right up until this point. Okay, I was kind of going to cheat because this bit wasn't tabbing in correctly. So I was actually going to cheat because I found that I actually put this bit in correctly in the back. You basically want the turret to fold in behind these bits here. So that's the kind of configuration you want at the back. I do apologise that this video's pretty much here, there and everywhere. It's just this guy, unless you get it all right, and it's a fiddly process, it's a pain in the arse. But now, hopefully with this bit out the way, the shoulder should just be able to slot in. See, there we go. Now, it doesn't actually feel, it's in now. It doesn't actually feel all that secure at first. In fact, we'll just fold you up and push you out the way. But it will actually become more secure once everything's tabbed in. So again, around this side, fold the shoulder around, pull this bit out, and then just pull his shoulder down. So you do need to kind of push up and sort of down. I find turning it at a slight angle and going at it that way proves a much better way of actually forcing that. So once that's there, you then push that bit in. Turn his shoulder around. Turn this bit around, because basically you're going to get this part right here to tab into there. Slot it in. Again, it doesn't feel very secure at first, but if you just apply a bit of pressure at the back, then it all does start to come together. Again, this bit you just push up and out the way. The final bit, this bit here lifts up. And you want to just fold these parts up first of all, because there are two little slots, well, not slots, but grooves that it's going to go into. And this bit folds up and over, and this bit tabs right into the back behind his head. That just all fits in. You want to tab in or not? And there we go. He is an exceptionally nice robot mode. So you've got the midsection here is all nicely compacted. The turret is too long in robot mode, too short in tank mode. It's not a huge problem. It really isn't. But the legs are all nicely tucked away and secure. He's got a full range of motion. He does come with his gun. Now, there is a slot in his hand which you can put it into. It's right there. But good luck with that. I haven't done it yet because the gap between his thumb... Are you actually going to work on... Oh, there we go. Well, okay. That's a first. So he does hold that quite well. It's fairly... I mean, to be honest... If this thing came at me, that would be the last thing I'd be looking at. But he can hold that. He does also have his riot shield, which is very fiddly to get in. It really isn't... I mean, you have to kind of bend it around and then just hope to God that whatever that was isn't something that's just broken. So he can hold his riot shield. So it's a very nice accessory. Ah, yeah, that just fell off. Fair enough. But you can also attach this to the back. If you don't want him to carry his accessories, you can attach this up on the back. First of all, this bit, once again, just slots onto these parts here. You've got two little tabs right there. There we go. And there are two little clips, one there and one there, which tab into these bits here. So put you in there and you in there, and there we go. Makes him very very top heavy, but he can take it. So it does get it out of the way, but to be honest, that's one hell of a backpack he's got. So I'd be tempted just to have him with his shield. But it is quite a nice thing that they've done. They've made it so you can at least have everything all in one place. He does have the full range of articulation as well in his legs. His feet are fairly sturdy as well. Let's just get him a little bit closer for just a little more detailed look. Okay, so his face sculpt, it's not too bad. I mean, the back of his head is something... Yeah. But to be honest, this guy, you're not actually looking at the facial details. This shoulder is kind of popping out slightly. I think I've maybe just missed a tab somewhere, or something's just not... There's a lot of sliders, which cause some of the problems. But, yeah, so he's a very nice dark red colour. He's got lovely detailing all the way around. Because this part is all folded up, he just looks like the tank has just collapsed in on itself. And, yeah, the mass shifting is fantastic. By that I mean the fact that he's moved all this stuff around. You know, it's... I mean, the whole turret is the body. just about. The rest, I really do like what they've done. I mean, to be honest, at that time, once you've done it the first time, you don't need to you don't need to read the instructions again. Yeah. So here he is. This is War Dog. He is one of the best third-party Transformers I've seen, well, that I've got. He's one of the best Transformers full stop that I've got for both modes. The transformation, it's great to actually see how they've done it. It's a little bit too involved, but, you know, that's not really a valid criticism, I suppose. But he's sturdy. The plastic quality is fantastic. Yeah, this is War Dog, and I have to say, I was on the fence about buying this guy. He's still in stock in various places. If you were on the fence about getting this guy, I would get him, because he is fantastic. He is very involved in transforming. Be prepared to put an hour aside to have a go at this guy. But once you've done it, you will find either his robot mode or his tank mode being the one that you want. You know, basically, you're going to find a mode in him which you're going to absolutely love. I love both of them. He's staying like this for a while because I don't want to go through that pain again. But there we go. So that is Badcube's Warpath. He's fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.